Hello there, this is Bick Benedict. We're playing Rise of the Tomb Raider on the PC on the hardest difficulty, Survivor difficulty, and this is part 14 of 15. We are making our way over here to the other side of the city, and the Deathless are going to be patrolling the streets, so you're going to have to be aware that if they see you, you're going to have a gunfight. So what I choose to do is to take them out via stealth. And I think that it's a good compromise because there's going to be plenty of really difficult fights in this video, which spans almost 30 minutes. And you might as well save your ammunition for those parts where stealth is not an option. So I've been going through some of these chapters and doing the challenges. There's different challenges like, jump off X number of little diving boards and do diving, what's it called? Just dive off diving boards, throw chickens in chicken coops, things like get bullseyes with little circular boards or something hanging in the trees. What else was there? Cut down some rabbits that are hanging up several times, shoot down drones. Just different tasks, and I've really been having fun doing them. I didn't think I would. I thought that I would never do them on this game, but they've turned out to be nice little distractions that have given me some calm in my life and some feelings of accomplishment. Is some as easy as they are when you think about it. At this point, though, what we're doing is running to the other side. And dealing with the Deathless as they come over to us. So, if you want to preempt a dodge counter, you can. Some part of me thinks that it is a little random. If you get the actual dodge counter option, other parts, when I think about it, I'm doing the same thing, and it just doesn't work. So it leads me to believe that it may be a little random. If it's on my end, then please forgive me. Oh, there's a tomb over here too. It was the final tomb that I did, and I've now done all 9 tombs. And for doing that, I did not see an achievement pop up. And also they give you a particular. I think they give you. Oh yeah. My bad, you guys. They give you the suit that I'm wearing now. The perk about this suit is that your health regenerates faster when it starts to get depleted. Now, my logic was, since the health doesn't regenerate on this difficulty, it has no bearing. So I'm just using the suit for aesthetics and nothing else. But we're just trying to kill all the guys down here at first. Then we're gonna go up top, up to where these guys are right now. You want to shoot these Greek fire vessels to take them down. And then we're going to head over here. Just keep pressing the waypoints so that you know which way you're going. In the last video I mentioned that I was thinking about putting Firewatch on one of my videos for my new series. And I never thought I would do a first-person game. And then I thought to myself, well, I never thought I would really do a first impression series on my channel. So it's actually, somebody applauded me for it on my first video, calling it a brilliant idea. And at the time I thought it was, I didn't think it was brilliant per se, but I did think it was a good idea. That's why I wouldn't have done it unless I thought it was a great idea. But I'm welcoming change more in my life now, at least with video games. Sometimes you get stuck in your ways when you live your life, and you don't like and you resist change. Some people like it. Some people like to travel a lot and see different things and have their lifestyles changed up a lot. I'm really not. I like to get into my comfort zone. I like to get into where my workstation is, and just live my life there. My brother's the same way. One of my brothers is the same way, I should say. And one of my other brothers kind of derides him for that he likes to be on the computer too much. But I think if you're getting stuff done on your workstation, then there's nothing wrong with it, unless it's consuming and ruling your life, which it doesn't him. But we're just trying to clear up everybody over here, you guys. You don't want to come out here when everybody is trying to kill you. Okay, poison arrow for this guy. Just get him out of the way. And we'll start climbing. I do have the ability so that she traverses the icy walls faster. It doesn't seem like it's much faster, but it does seem like it's a little bit more quick. And then the way to go is actually over here now. My palms always sweat when I do these because I don't trust the game enough to have these work, but it works better than I ever imagined it would. And I tip my hat to this game for working so well, you know. Aside from a couple hitches that this game wow. This game had some hitches when it first came out. Digital Foundry pointed them out. But I think they've been addressed in the patch well enough. And I also think that it's a great port of a console game. It was done with, with the acumen of people who clearly work on these types of ventures. And it was given a lot of love, and I really respect that. Because these days, it's really risky to get a PC port these days. To abrogate that risk, Steam does have a refund policy, and I think they had to do that at some point because of the risk factor of that. I also think it's quite deplorable that you can't get your money back for digital games on the PlayStation and Xbox stores. Like, why is there no option for that? Why does everything have to be such a permanent thing with that? Why can't they just let you have a certain allotment of returns so that, maybe you can just, if you're not satisfied with it, or if it doesn't run well, have like 2 or 3 refunds that you can do a year. I'm sure they'd link it to as being some kind of a PlayStation Plus member or something like that, but even so, for those people that have that, that would be really nice, wouldn't it? It might even cause me to subscribe to being a PlayStation Plus member, even though I never will. Okay, so we do have the hardest fight coming up. You want to make sure that you know what you're doing on this fight. Make sure you come here with as much ammunition as possible, but mostly the fire arrows and the grenade arrows and the poison arrows, all of those, those all will take you through this fight. So when you kill one of these guys, the other one is going to jump down. You notice that I'm getting thrown a lot of stuff at me, and then the gate's going to open, and what I would do is spawn kill all those guys, and the gate will shut, and then this guy will try to kill you if you haven't taken care of him. So just move around the circle here of pillars, and you can actually go right underneath these guys, shooting those things from underneath you, or above you I should say, and they won't hit you, although you're going to have to hit them from where you are on the ground. But I like to stay on this side and focus on whoever's coming out of here. I pretty much, if anybody is gaining distance to me, I throw a poison arrow at him. When I run out of poison arrows, I use the grenade arrows. And then I use the incendiary rounds with the shotgun. And this was really hard for me just because of the whole X-axis invert dilemma that I'm facing. There's a nice X counter, or Y counter. We got him down. And it's almost over. And you may notice that we were never really in much danger because we were playing well, we were competent, we weren't letting these enemies get the upper hand, and we were completely dominating them, which is what you really have to do. And that is not to give myself a bunch of praise that I don't deserve or anything like that. Although I think I deserve a little bit for beating it, because that is the hardest part in the game. But you see, that is the hardest part of the game, but at any time you want, that could be the easiest part of the game for you if you heal. If you heal a lot. I'm not using the items to heal. So now we've got a puzzle to do. This puzzle was one that completely stumped me when I first played this game, and if I'm gonna be honest about it, I did have to look online about how to figure it out. Not the one that's directly next, because that one's simple, but the one with the bucket that you have to have filled with water and then gradually release it. I'm not sure where this series intends to go after this. Do you think there's going to be a Tomb Raider, Tomb Raider 3, rise of the, like, double rise of the Tomb Raider? I was going to say Terminator. Damn, I never thought I would make these jumps either, but see how well the game works? Oh yeah, there's some ice blocking the trebuchet here. So what you need to do is turn it to the left until the pole is facing that spool of rope, and then you want to jump over here and attach that coil to this coil and then jump back. It kind of auto jumps for you at the very end, if you notice that. You're fully in control of the jump. Oh yeah, and then you want to break that by moving the trebuchet. Then we're gonna fire at the gate. We need to fire at the gate 2 more times. And the way this works is that you hold right trigger, just hold it, and then release when the circle goes over the gate. And it's really generous too, as far as if only a little bit of the circle is over the gate, they still give it to you. It's really fair. Now we're going to head over to this part. So I always wait for the A button to appear so I can jump. You can jump sooner, but it's a little more risky. And then we're going to have these guys to kill up here. But you can use these Greek fire vessels to take care of them very simply. And then you want to take this beam over here so that it gives us a walking method. I kind of hate how it does that, It did that in Uncharted, and it keeps persisting. What a fantastic game this is. There really needs to be more games like this. Not easy games per se, but just these adventure games. They're so great. So many people like them. Beware of coming up here though, because you're gonna have a couple more warriors. Oh yeah, and I was also thinking, when I was saying where does this game go next, like, I was also thinking, that old thing about where's God of War 2, where's God of War, give me my God of War, where the fuck is my God of War fucking 4, that rant that I did on Resident Evil 5. I think it's time for an announcement. So I'm really hoping that there is one at E3. I mean, to the folks that are watching this, particularly Son of Seville, because he and I always joke about it. You know, uh, seriously, dude. If it's not at E3, I'm not gonna kill. I'm not gonna go out and on a massacre killing spree or anything. But if there's no mention of God of War 4 at this year's E3, like,
This should balance the arm.
I don't know, man. That would be pretty pathetic.
Lasted for
But
months.
let's talk this puzzle. You saw me attach the rope to the bucket. Now we're gonna go up here and move this beam so that the bucket falls off, and then we're going to fill the bucket with water. However, you have to latch the bucket closed by attaching the rope to the latch. And I don't think I did that the first time. So this puzzle may be taking a little bit longer than necessary, but it's all good. Do I? Okay, it had been so long since I did this puzzle. No, I should know about it. Yeah, I knew about the latch. I should have latched it. You see, the perspective is a little off here. I was thinking the bucket could be filled up from that position, but we're gonna have to move the beam around one more time. If I would have prevented that, what I could have done is just latch the bucket closed before I spun it over here. So just bear with me for a second. Latch the bucket closed. It's gonna fill with water, and then what you want to do is there is a timing method for releasing the water. So here you'll see it raise as it gets the water drained of it, but it's going to be very slow. So see this? We want the bucket to raise, but only at a certain pace. So it's very simple. You just run over to here, and this will line up just so. That's the solution to the puzzle.
Did it?
So do your double jump up here. Now we can actually access the trebuchet, and we're going to be doing some firing at snipers. So this is the first set. They're very far in the distance, so it is hard to see these guys. But once again, just hold the right trigger to line it up. And as I said before, it's very generous. It basically, as long as you put the circle over most of them, you're going to get all of the kills for it. And you're going to do this 3 times, and then we're going to move the trebuchet back to the right and destroy the gate. And it will be finally destroyed. So here is the second ball of fire for these guys. Oh, it needed to crack my neck. I have a headache, man. Can't crack it. You know that feeling where you can't crack your neck, but you know it needs to be cracked? Okay. So aim the beam there. Fire the ballista. Just make sure it gets onto the door a little bit. That was actually, I think, as well as you can do it. Do it. Excuse me. Then we've got some more battles coming up. And some of these are pretty tricky to do.
Okay. The way is clear.
Just because cover is a little sparse. So line up your shot here. Wait for the A button prompt. You see, to my way of thinking, so long as I get the A button prompt, I know that it will always jump onto the rope rather than rather than trying to just jump before I get the button prompt, and maybe it will fail on me and I'll have to do more editing than I perhaps should be doing. But this is a very short game. I think it's a lot shorter than the first game. Like, it only took me 2 days to do this guide. Normally a guide takes like a week or 2 weeks for me. Like, it might have been 3 days of just playing. Let me see, how many was it? Did I start yesterday? No, I think I started... Yeah, this is day 3. But by day 3, whole guide's done, everything's edited, everything's commented. Okay, we got a headshot on that guy. Now we're gonna push forward. And we've got a long way to go still. Okay, so just mark your targets well here. Be very quick. And try to get your headshots per usual. There's been a lot of fights in this game when I was going through originally, where I didn't think I would be able to do them without using the healing feature. But I think I play better when I'm doing guides. For some reason, I'm not sure why. This guy you might be able to ignore, like stragglers like this. You probably can ignore them. And do you remember that really hard fight that we did a bit earlier in this video? They do at that point give you armor-piercing arrows, so that your arrows are a little stronger, more effective at piercing the armor of these guys. But I don't really fight these guys with arrows anyway. Not with the standard arrows. They're too durable, and I don't think the armor-piercing arrows do that much extra. Okay, this is where that fight was. But now we're gonna go this way. Head on up here and do a pretty challenging fight. But first we've got some platforming to do. It says we shall not pass, but we were able to pass without much problem. Okay, yeah, this fight here, there's guys on either side. There's a couple of guys coming up here with really threatening weapons, so just be very certain about where you want to stand. I like to stand right here. Just pick everybody off, use the environment, like shooting those things. The jars outright kill enemies, so it's very handy. They can also wound you, so watch out. And situations like this, I think, are best handled with the poison arrows. So just pick up. Look how much loot we're getting. We're getting all those hides, a whole bunch of sometimes exotic hides. So many bullets. Okay, so we're using some fire arrows, some exploding arrows. Doing what we can to stay alive in this pretty harsh environment that they throw you into here. But I do think that this is the last guy. Okay. Yeah. I took him down with an incendiary shotgun shell. Now we're going to head up here, throw down some more broadhead arrows for ourselves. Some pretty tricky jumps here, but look how they kind of auto jump for you here. Look at this. See, it auto jumps for you, and she jumps much farther than she ever could. But make your way up here. We're almost done. We're almost getting to the final stretch, you guys. To the final boss. Okay. So to do what I did just there, it does require an upgrade. So if you're wondering how I'm doing that, it's just an upgrade. And if you're wondering, you know, like how exactly I'm doing it, I'm just pressing Y to jam the arrow into the side of the wall. That's all you have to do. But not much remains here, just a lot of cinematic platforming. So I think there's a there should be. I was gonna say bonfire because I've been playing Dark Souls very recently. I haven't got far, to be honest. Like I truly mean that I haven't got far. It's funny how they give us that button prompt or that little message after we've been doing it for so long. You also want to make sure that the circle is green so that it doesn't hit any other nearby arrows. So I have to give the game credit. It works much better than you'd expect it to work. Like I expected it to be a catastrophe. It turned out to be no big deal. In fact, it turned out to be great. So I think I did make one platforming mistake over here somewhere. Oh, I didn't realize that I needed to do a double jump from right there. Now looks like there's a fire in here. Oh no, there's not. There is a point of no return down the line. It's not this fire that's coming up, but it's the next fire. So you could actually fast travel from there if you like. And now you may have seen a pretty rough edit over to this location. Because I think there was a cutscene there. But that's been just about it, you guys. Just a lot of platforming, many gun brawls, a little bit of stealth in this chapter. But I hope you've been enjoying the series. I certainly have been enjoying. I've enjoyed bringing it to you guys. But we're almost going to be finished with this. That there was not a mistake. That was part of the programmed sequence of events. And at some point, somebody's going to try to drag us off the ledge over here. But as long as we can shoot him, we'll be fine. Yeah, this dude here. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I will see you in the finale. It will be part 15. So, as I've been saying, thank you very much for watching the guide, and I hope that it's helping you out. And as I also mentioned, I'm going to see you directly in the next part, which will be part 15 of 15. So remember to take care, and I'll see you over there.